years ago, I would spend $400 on a Facebook ad and easily close a deal. Last month, I had to spend $2,000 to close that same exact deal. If you do the math, that's an 8 times increase in client acquisition costs. And so if you're running meta ads right now, this is probably happening to you too. But in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how I used AI to flip this entire problem on its head. And also turn my biggest bottleneck into a digital product with a 10x return on advertising spend and the ability to generate leads for free. Here's what most people don't realize about the advertising game right now. You see, Meta has you in golden handcuffs. Back when I started my real estate coaching business, you could run the same video ad for 3 months in a row and still literally print money. But unfortunately, that world is completely dead. Now, Meta has this new thing called Andromeda, okay? And Andromeda expects you to pump out 30 to 50 new video ad creatives every single week just to stay profitable. I'm not even talking about like a 5x return on ad spend, just basically breaking even, which means you really only have two choices. Either you become a full-time content creator or you slowly watch your business die. I'm just being hysterical. I actually did find a third option, and I found it completely accidentally, by the way. It's because I was seeing these same type of ads everywhere I would go, okay? And I was convinced that something about these ads is a little off. But before I dive into that, I want to paint you the picture of how insane things used to be. Because when I launched my real estate coaching company back in 2020, the math was just stupid simple. You would spend $400 on Facebook ads, maybe $500 if you were feeling fancy, and you would easily close a client that would pay you anywhere from $6, $8, $10, $12,000 sometimes. Every single month was at least a 10, if not 20 times return on ad spend. On our real estate side of things, for the clients that we would help out, the agents, it was even crazier because for $3, they would get leads. For 100 leads, that's about $300 that they would pay. And out of those leads, they would close at least a deal, if not two, which, by the way, for context, if you're not a realtor, depending on the market, that's anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 of a paycheck coming right back into their pocket. And here's the thing, you barely had to update your ads. I would create one video variation every single 3 months, and that same ad would literally print money day after day after day. But then something broke, and I don't know if this was like the post-COVID trust apocalypse or if Meta just realized that they had us by the balls and they just wanted to squeeze, but literally overnight, the rules just completely changed. Leads that would cost you $3 are now costing $15, $20. Clients that would cost you $400 to close are now costing you $2,000. And the 3-month creative lifespan, try 3 days before your ad just completely burns out. Like, that's already pretty bad, right? Like, business ending bad. But the problem got way worse before it got better, because Meta didn't just change the cost, they changed the entire game. Here's what nobody's telling you about modern advertising. You basically have to become a full-time content creator now. Like, Meta's new expectation, I'm not exaggerating, it's literally 20 to 30 new video ad variations every single week. Minimum. Their latest algorithm update, Andromeda, is basically screaming, feed me 30 to 50 fresh creatives or I will starve your account. And I'm sitting here like, dude, like, I didn't start this business to become Mr. Freaking Beast, right? Like, I started this because I wanted to build some cool fucking AI systems. And I wanted to help real estate agents scale their business. Like, my jam is when I get to solve complex one-on-one problems for my clients. Content creation was never supposed to be my full-time gig, but that's what it ended up becoming every single day. Like, I'm filming, editing, scripting, testing, like, it's a hamster wheel. I couldn't get off of it. So naturally, I looked at AI like we are in 2025, right? There's a solution out there, right? Wrong. I tried everything. Synthesia, DID, HeyGen, like all the avatar tools everyone talks about on YouTube. And literally every single time, the exact same result. Completely terrible. It didn't sound like me. It didn't look like me. The mouth sync was off. The eyes were completely dead. I'd watch the test videos and I just want to hide in a corner. Like, it was so cringe. And even when that Sora model dropped, everyone was losing their minds. I looked at it and I'm like, cool, well, those are nice, like, viral type videos, but how does that solve my problem right now? So naturally, I gave up. Right? Like, I genuinely thought that there's no way that AI avatars would work for ads. Like, I just have to go back to filming every single day, become a slave to the freaking algorithm. And that's where I would still be right now, trapped in that content prison if I didn't see an ad that actually made me stop scrolling for a moment. I leaned forward a little bit. So this company, they blew up pretty fast. I'm pretty sure they had some sort of massive funding backing them up, and apparently they decided to take over the entire YouTube ad space. No matter what video I watched, they were there, like base 44 over and over again. And they had consistent sort of people in the ads, like 2 or 3 different what I thought were human beings, and they're doing different pitches. And at first I started to skip the ads like everyone does, but after seeing the same faces a few times, like something felt off. So I paused the ad and I looked a little bit closer, and I couldn't really tell if it was a real person. Like the lips moved perfectly, the eye contact was like really natural, the tone was super conversational, but something in the back of my brain is just like, I don't know, like, is that human? I think that's not human, right? And then they came up with an ad that literally started off with, hey, by the way, this is my AI avatar. And in this company, we're all about AI, blah, 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 buy my product, right? Like any ad, they went into the pitch. And I just sat there and I'm like, holy shit. I literally could not tell for the longest time that these were not real people. Here's the thing, like Base 44, it's a huge company, right? Tons of funding, cutting edge technology. Of course, they have access to these tools that I don't, right? Wrong mindset. Because we live in an age of access. If a company can do it, you can do it too. You just have to dig deep enough to figure out how. So that's exactly what I did. I went full obsessive research mode into these crazy rabbit holes, YouTube tutorials, Reddit threads, hub repositories. I still don't understand what they even are. Weeks, like months. But I didn't stop because I knew if I could crack this one thing, I would never have to film ads ever again. So when I first finally figured out my AI avatar, it looked and sounded like me. Like, I wanted to test it because if I was wrong, I just wasted months and thousands of dollars. So I'm part of this Telegram group, and it's like other real estate coaches, lead gen agencies, consultants, people who live and breathe ads. Like these guys are running 5 to 6 figure spends on their Meta accounts, right? So they know what works, what doesn't. And so I rely on this community to get feedback, as anyone would. So I posted this video ad in that group and I said, hey guys, tell me what you think about this. Like, do you think it looks AI? And if it does, like, do you think you would still run it? And the responses were pretty crazy. Not only did they say, yeah, I would run it, but I got responses like, dude, like that is the craziest avatar I've seen. Like it sounds like you. Like, how did you do this? Can you teach me how to do it? So they weren't just impressed. They wanted to know exactly how I made all this happen. And that is when I knew I had something. So I pulled the trigger. I launched those ads for my regular offer, right? Like real budget, real campaigns. And guess what? They crushed it. And I'm not talking about, yeah, they worked out okay. I'm talking these ads performed just as good, if not better, than my regularly filmed content. Just think about that for a moment. At this point, I'd solved my own problem. I was free from that content treadmill, but that's where the real lesson really hit me. Okay? Because this wasn't just about solving my problem anymore. This was about the universal business principle that most entrepreneurs just completely ignore. Okay, and here's what clicked for me. Is when you solve a problem, a meaningful bottleneck in your own business, you've just created a product that, number one, not only can you monetize, but number two, you can actually help a ton of other people who have that exact same problem. So I did what any logical person would do. I went full into another rabbit hole, created a new product, literally stayed up overnight, recorded a dozen different school course videos, put it all together, shared my screen, showed people exactly how I did what I did. Now, here's the thing. For years, my mentors have always told me, hey, focus on like your one offer with like the one way of people booking into your funnel through like Calendly and this and that. You know, focus on your high ticket products, close those clients, keep perfecting that craft. And I get it. Like that advice may have worked well in 2019, but we're in 2025. Like trust is just completely destroyed. People have been burnt so many times by these shady gurus, fake experts, they don't believe you when you say, hey, I can actually solve your problem. So how are you supposed to take someone from a completely cold lead to getting them to pay you like $10, $12, $14, $16,000 when they've never experienced what you can actually perform? You can't. And that's why all of the big players in the industry right now, people like Alex Hormozi, Russell Brunson, Jeremy Minor, these massive companies don't just have like one book a call funnel as their main play. They have ecosystems of low ticket products that actually build trust first. So then you can move people up into the higher version of your stack. And I had known this for years. I really had. But every time I tried to create a low ticket offer, it just failed. Right? Like I probably tried like 7 or 8 different attempts over the past 4 years, like digital products, physical books. Like one of them took me 7 months to write. This is before the time of AI. Monthly recurring school groups, every single one of them flopped. You know why they flopped? I was trying to reverse engineer what my $10,000 offer could do and shrink it down to $50, but that's literally impossible because what I do at scale for my high ticket clients is so niche, it's so time intensive, so customized that you can't package that into a cheap product. That's why this AI avatar thing was different. Because I wasn't fabricating a solution, I had already solved this problem pretty quickly too. I solved it for myself, and then I realized, okay, well, wait, every business owner that I know could use this exact solution. So then I packaged it, I launched it, and here's what happened. 10 times return on ad spend, not break even, not 2x, 10x. And here's the crazy part. It's generating me free leads because those people who buy this $50 product, they're the same exact avatar who needs my $10,000 offer. I'm building my email list. I'm warming up my prospects. I'm proving my competency while the ads pay for themselves. And this is the part most people completely miss, right? Like the real lesson isn't about AI avatars here, guys. It's about the sequence of problem solving because you can't package a solution you haven't personally solved, right? Because every failed product launch, including my 7 previous attempts, happened because I was trying to create something I thought people needed, like a book, like not something that I'd actually like figured out in the moment, right? So the AI avatar course worked because I spent months in the trenches figuring out how to solve this crazy problem. When going into like Reddit groups and GitHub repos, all that crazy, right? Like I bled for the solution, and when you bleed for something, you can teach it with conviction. So here's the framework that I want to leave you with. Step number 1, solve a meaningful problem for your own business first. Step 2, document how you solved the exact problem, start to finish, and do that while it's still fresh in your head. Step 3, package it for others in your niche who have that same exact problem. You're not fabricating value, you're distributing the solution you have just found. And here's the beautiful part. If you do this right, you're not just creating a new revenue stream, you're generating free leads for your core offer because you're attracting the people who you're able to help out at scale, right? So to wrap this all up, the 3 things I need you to remember. Number 1, advertising apocalypse is here. Meta is demanding 30 to 50 creatives per week. And if you're filming everything manually, you are already behind. Number 2, AI avatars aren't future tech anymore. They're here, they work, and they look indistinguishable from real people if you do it right. And number 3, the best products come from solving your own problems first, not fabricating something you think people want. Look, I spent months and honestly thousands of dollars trying to figure out how to clone myself into an AI avatar, one that actually sounds and looks like me. And I've packaged this into a $50 course because I believe every single business owner should have access to unlimited content without needing to become a full-time content creator. So if that sounds like something you need, check out the link below. I'll walk you through the exact step-by-step process. And if you got any value from this video, if you would like more candid rants about what's actually working, what I'm figuring out in my business every single day, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And I'm just here sharing like what works in real time. I'm not gatekeeping anything. So I really appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for watching. Now go solve your own problems so you can help others solve their problems.